Okay, we're at Monster Gym. We're just starting out for a warm-up on our back workout. You can see I've got my jacket on, etc., because it's very, very cold. This gym's really well kitted out for some back stuff, which I'm going to go through with you guys. So basically I'm just starting off now very, very light, full range of movement, and we're just going to keep it nice and smooth, go for a nice little pump just to get the blood into the muscle. And as you can see from here, I'm just keeping myself quite a soft form through my elbows, just so I'm not snapping out. So we're going to move on now to just adding a little bit more weight, just so you can see that I'm just purely warming up, just to get a good bit of blood into the area that we're going to hit a little bit heavier later on. You can see it's the same again, it's just continuous movements, just to isolate the back right into my lats. Just nice controlled, no jerky movements, keeping it nice and smooth. As you can see behind me, the gym is really well kitted out. It's quite quiet at this time because it's sort of 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to move on to a narrow grip pull down. This is to really stretch my lats out, and you can see that I'm leaning back. Same again, I'm not locking my elbows. Locking your elbows too much just can cause a lot of stress actually on the joints itself. And obviously in time, you know, if you keep repeating this, it's you can get a lot of problems, tetanus elbows and things like that. So same again, I'm keeping it nice and smooth. Always stretching at the end of sets. Got a little bit warmer now, so you can keep the blood. Always shaking myself out. Back in for another set. I normally hit about 3 sets, working sets, and I take the ranges from 12, 10, 8, depending on how I'm feeling and what period of training I'm involved in at the time. As you can see, same again, I really focus on what I'm doing. I normally do listen to my headphones and stuff, but obviously today just wanted to just hammer away while we're filming. And we had a nice bit of music in the background as well. Same again, I don't rush, give myself a little bit of time in between. I don't have silly amounts of rest. Same again, stretching, just to keep that nice stretched muscle. Going for the third set, a little bit heavy this time. Good form still again. Remember guys, this is obviously not my heavy period of training at the moment. I'm just back from a little bit of an illness. I've lost 5-6 kilos, so I've got to aim to get that back on again. That's it, nice stretching movements. As you can see again, I'm not snapping my elbows, it's very smooth movements. Same again, always stretching. I believe in stretching in between every single set. Then we're going to be working on to our next exercise. So just give yourself a bit of time and then we move on. So we're going to go on to the bent over rows now. This is one of my favourite exercises. This is an exercise when you see me actually doing this movement, you might think I'm hyperextending quite a lot, but this is to thicken my lower back up. So as you can see from me, I'm taking a wide grip. I want to give more of a three-dimensional look to my back. I've got quite a flat back at the moment, so I need to thicken my back up. And as you can see, same again, I'm not locking out. I'm doing a nice squeeze, a nice contraction. That hyperextension's working my erector spinae, my lower back. So I want to bring detail, and obviously what bodybuilders call the Christmas tree. So something, not silly weights, just it's not my heavy part this season at the moment. I'm just working back into it. And we'll do 3 again, and then I'll drop the reps, a couple of reps off each time. And I really can squeeze my rhomboids, my shoulder blades, to really thicken the back up. And it's not an aggressive squeeze back, it's a squeeze where I just really feel my erector spinae. I'm actually getting quite a pump on my lower back. And always give myself, I don't sit down, wait for sets, I always keep myself walking around. I think that's very, very important, so I don't get cold. And I've changed my grip, I've gone into a narrow grip now, just to change variation. Same again, I'm trying to get a three-dimensional back and thicken it up so I don't look good just from a back shot. It needs to be from side and all different quarter turns when we're on stage. So I'm just hitting my back from every different angle. And again, I'll just add a bit of weight, not aggressive amount of weight, just adding the weights that I need so I can keep that contraction. So it's a little bit heavier now. So I'm again keeping strict form. And I'm very focused in what I'm doing. I just really visualise the muscles and contracting the muscles. As you can see, there's no jerking form at all. That hyperextension for my lower back. And then we're going on to the single arm row. It's one of my favourite exercises. I do go quite heavy on this when I get into my heavy part of my training. At the moment I'm keeping it nice and smooth. I take a little twist at the bottom just to stretch the lats, and I try and bring my shoulder blade across. I'm squeezing, same again, through the rhomboid area. So I'm just thickening the lats up to give that fullness. And I like doing single arm because obviously you normally get one side stronger than the other. That's how I feel, and I just like to keep that balance. Same again. As you can see, I'm not snapping my elbows. It's continuous stress on the back. And I find that I use the actual grips, my tie wraps, because I do get a little bit of problems with my forearms. I get a lot of tension in my forearms. So it just helps my forearms from fatiguing before my lats, my back. So again, just adding a little bit of weight. As I said again, I do go fairly heavy on this, so I just want to try and show you how strict form that we're on. I'm going to go and work in our last set now. So I'm trying not to twist too much through my waist. I'm just squeezing it back in a controlled manner. I'm not letting it pull me forward too much because it can really stress the lower back. Because as I say, I do a lot of functional stuff on my back anyway, which is a different day, which we'll go through when we get the chance. That's it, so I'm just back squeezing again. And I've got quite a rhythm. It's a continuous movement rather than stopping, pulling, resting. Sometimes I get a little bit fatigued. I might have a slight pause, as you can see. I'm just stretching the lats out again. So I'm again stretching them out all the time. I actually stretch between every single set. Same again with my fluid intake. I'm pretty sort of religious on my fluid intake. Same again, I use certain supplements which I'll speak to you at the end about, which really help get through my training sessions. Same again, I've got a little bit warmer again now, so when I feel warm enough, I'll take my layers off. And it's nice to see the muscles contracting and working if you're doing it in front of a mirror. Same again, I'm leaning back, so I want to squeeze my shoulder blades together. So again, no jerky movements. You can see I'm not viciously locking my joints out. And you can see I look like I'm in my own little world because I'm actually focusing on my back, working on my back, thinking I'm on stage, and I'm actually hitting my double back bicep just to thicken that back up. Same again, we're not going silly weights. As soon as you start adding weights, your technique goes and it will just throw it into my biceps. And this, I can really feel the burn in my lats. So give myself a little stretch before I go into the movement. Lean back and just squeeze my shoulder blades back, squeezing them back. Taking the bar to the chest in a controlled manner, not actually hitting the chest like a lot of people do. And I actually keep my thumbs over the top of the bar, so my hand's it's like a hook. So it actually really does help strengthen the forearms up as well. So I'm going for our third set. So I'm going to get me fluids in. As you can see, I do quite a lot. I'll probably go for about 3 litres for a whole session. And I'm finished off and I'm isolating. Sometimes I do this exercise before, but today we're finishing off at the end. I do change my training around a lot to hit my areas, to hit my obviously back today and all different angles. And this is great for the core as well. This really fires the abdominals up because you tension them as you pull down. And we're stretching through the lats. I only go level, shoulder level, just to keep the tension on the lats. And you will feel secondary movements. The secondary muscles will be the triceps on this one as well. So you get a bit of a pump on the triceps. So it's going to be 3 sets on this as well to finish them off. I've got a nice narrow grip for today, so I feel this really pulls my lats out, gives them a good stretch. Just nice continuous movement. Same again, I'll normally work 12, 10, 8s when I go through my range of movements and on my reps, and this does also change depending on where I am with my training, but you'll get all this in my videos to come and the different styles I use. So that's the end of my workout, guys, so please like, subscribe and share my YouTube videos. Also my Facebook and Twitter account details will be on the bottom of the videos. There's a lot more videos to come, so keep an eye, and see you all soon.